Yoga has many benefits and provides a unique personal experience. It's important to recognize any personal limitations and consult with your healthcare provider for any concerns.
Hi, welcome. My name is Laura. This is Yoga for Sciatica. So today in this practice, we'll be working on the abdominal muscles, strengthening the muscles of the back and getting into the hips a little bit and maybe even the glutes. So welcome. You won't need any props. You may want to use, I'm sitting on a thick towel or a thick blanket. You might want a yoga block. You can also use things around the house like a thick book or maybe a roll of paper towels. So get creative if you want to try that. Otherwise, you can do this practice anywhere on a soft surface. You don't even need a yoga mat. So let's get started. Sitting up nice and tall in your seat, remembering that good posture is one of the elements that we'll need to practice and focus on if we want to relieve some of those symptoms of sciatica that we're experiencing. So we'll bring the hands up, making fists and just rolling the wrists, beginning to warm the body, maybe making circles with the head. Rolling those wrists one way and then the other. Pausing, opening the hands, placing the hands onto your surface and walking them forward, coming into a tabletop position. Stacking the joints, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Fingers are spread wide, the gaze falls down in between the thumbs. We'll focus on that left hand and just begin to crawl those fingers forward, noticing how we shift the balance. Staying here and maybe bringing that left arm up beside the left ear. Check in, see how you feel. And then maybe adding that right leg, stretching it out long, tucking the toes, and then lifting it up off of the earth. Feel those abs kick in, glutes, strong back. Invite any shaking into your posture. Exhale, release. Give the tail a little wag. And we'll move to the other side. Crawling those right fingertips forward. Pausing there. Maybe the right arm lifts up beside the right ear. Checking in. Adding that left leg. So right arm, opposite leg. Reaches out long, toes tuck. You're welcome to stay here if this is where you are today. Or maybe lift that left leg up off of the earth. And breathe. Exhale everything down. Back to table. Sink those hips towards the heels. Child's pose and breathe here, stretching out the back, nice and long. I always like to offer a positive affirmation for practice, and today, as every day offers new opportunities for healing. Every day offers new opportunities for healing. So you can say that to yourself as we move along. We'll inhale up, back into table. Adjusting as needed. Focusing on that right leg again. This time we'll lift the right knee up off of the yoga mat, pressing the heel towards the sky. We'll just make little pulses here. Pulsing, sending that heel, pressing it up towards the sky. Finding extension in the right hip flexors. Nice strong glutes. Pause. Bring it back down. Shake it out. Moving to the other side. Left heel presses towards the ceiling or the sky. And we bring it back down into our tabletop position. Moving back towards the right. This time, the right heel presses up towards the sky. And from here, the right knee reaches out towards the side. We'll just find little circles. We're making little circles with the hip, knees bent, finding our range of motion, working that hip one way and then the other, lubricating that hip joint. Pause and bring it back down. Moving to the other side, left heel presses up, left knee comes towards the side, and we make our circles. Every day brings new opportunities for healing. And rest it back. Down into table. We'll bring the hips towards the heels. Send the hips off to the side. Swinging the legs around. Coming into a seated bent knee position. Bringing the feet out just about, not as wide as the mat, but almost. A little bit wider than hips distance. And we'll drop the knees off to the right. Coming into deer pose. Sitting up nice and tall. And then when you're ready, finding the gaze falling over that right shoulder, coming into a little twist. Left hand comes outside of the right thigh. You can stay here or add on to this by walking the hands forward, coming into a little deer pose fold. We also recognize that sciatica is caused by many things, so you always want to check with your healthcare provider and follow any guidelines that they might have for your individual case. One more breath, and then we'll bring it back up to center. Knees point up towards the sky, and we'll move to the other side, this time dropping the knees off to the left. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe the gaze falls over that left shoulder. Maybe the right hand comes to the outside of that left thigh for a little twist. And we walk the hands forward, coming down into our deer pose fold. You can also come down if you have a cushion or a blanket or a prop here. You can use that in this pose. One more breath, and we'll walk it back up. Coming back through our deer pose, sending our knees back up to the sky. Palms of the hands come behind the seat, and we'll just rock the knees. Let them slide from side to side or drop from side to side like windshield wipers. Releasing any tension in the back, in the lower back. Pausing the next time you get to the top, and we'll come on down to our backs. This is where you might want your block, but it's totally optional. Palms of the hands are lying flat onto the mat. Fingertips almost tickle those heels, but not quite, bringing the knees over top of the ankles. We'll pause here, finding our breath, pressing the lower back into the mat. So finding that natural lumbar curve and straightening that out, pressing it towards the back, tilting the pelvis. So we'll find that neutral pelvis, tailbone tilting up. We'll send the hips up to bridge pose. Doesn't have to be a high bridge, just to where it's comfortable for you. If you're in the active bridge pose without the prop, you'll feel nice strong glutes, hamstrings, quads. You can use the prop. I have a yoga block here. I'm going to rest that beneath my sacrum, the lower back, to make this a more passive stretch. And wherever you are, just take a couple nice deep breaths here, enjoying this posture. One more breath, and we'll lower the hips on the exhale. We're still lying on our backs with our knees bent. We'll bring those knees in towards the chest. Maybe rock from side to side. Placing the feet back down onto the ground. We'll send that right leg, up long. Maybe reach around for the back of the thigh and just paddle the toes forward and back. If you'd like to add a little more of a hamstring stretch to this, you can lengthen that left leg out long. Every day offers new opportunities for healing. We'll pause, planting that right foot back down onto the earth, moving to the other side. Pausing, resting that left foot back down onto the earth. Maybe dropping the knees off from side to side for little windshield wipers here on our backs. Pausing when you get to the top, we'll draw those knees back into the chest and begin to swing the feet, rolling back and forth, maybe coming back up to a seat, just where we started our practice today. Grounding the sits bones. Back is nice and tall. Crown reaches towards the sky. Sometimes I send my fingertips up just to find some length here. And relax the shoulders down, maybe roll up and back. We'll place the hands in the lap, or maybe join me by bringing hands to heart center. Again, my name is Laura. I thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. May you be happy, healthy, and well. Namaste.